Welcome to the Standing O Podcast,
a Steve and Adam comedy project.
We know a little about most things and a lot about nothing. Yeah, I think we're. How excited are you for the Topo Chico hard seltzers?
Oh, yeah. I'm starting to call it, I might, because I've been on the podcast twice now,
Yeah.
I might start calling it podcast juice.
That's pretty good. I just,
So this is the twist of lime, my first time ever having it today.
Uh-huh. And how is it?
It's pretty good, but it kind of tastes like if you ever got like a fountain like Sierra Mist at the end of it when like the ice kind of melts, so it's a little watered down. That's kind of what we have.
Doesn't sound great.
That's what I'm saying. The OG is definitely the best
Yeah.
flavor. They also have grapefruit. Never tried it because I don't really.
Also,
like grapefruit stuff. But I mean, it's still like a good change of pace. The twist of lime.
is Topo Chico the first like sparkling water company to come out to try to get into the seltzer game?
I want to say yes. What's that other like LaCroix? Do they have one? That'd be the only one I could think of.
Yeah,
I don't know if they have one.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't think
those
they do.
seltzers, those Topo Chico ones, they only sell them like you were in Arizona. I think it's only like down there.
Oh,
They
okay.
don't sell them here.
See,
Or at least I mean,
I'm going to Total Wine on
Maybe they have 'em
Friday,
there, like that.
so I figured if they don't have them there, they don't have them anywhere.
Yeah.
But no, that's for sure the play because anyone can get the alcohol in there. You know, what you need to do is you need to master the seltzer.
Yeah,
you know,
you do.
So it's
That's-
like rather than these beer companies, they're like, we got the alcohol, now we just need to plug in the seltzer.
Yeah.
You should take a seltzer company and plug in the alcohol.
Yeah, it
and that's
seems
what
like
Topo
that's
Chico's
the-
doing.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like $19 for a 12-pack, you know,
Yeah.
is what I imagine you pay for quality.
Yeah.
I'm excited for them, though.
I'm excited for those, but in general, I don't want to say I'm going to cancel seltzers. That maybe is a bit harsh, but I feel like after a couple years ago when White Claws, they were like the first one.
Yeah.
We all lost our minds. Like, well, this is different. You know,
That was probably
whatever.
2 years ago.
Pretty fun.
We got
And
them a
then,
little bit last summer.
As a
but-
collective, me included, we all kind of just let that get
Die.
the best of us. No, we
Oh,
all,
yeah.
it went, got out of our hand.
Yeah,
So
that'll
it's like,
happen.
you know, maybe.
Well,
bring
and
it back
now
a little bit.
every company in the world has.
That's what I'm saying.
There's
There's become
so
too
many
too
of
many.
them. So many.
I
of
don't
them.
want to cancel them. That's maybe
Yeah.
a harsh.
What I do like, though, is like, I don't drink them a ton, but like Sarah gets them a lot. Amanda, you know, Amber gets them. All of the gals we hang out with get them. And it's fun seeing like Sarah, you know, gets the Corona ones. And then they're like, oh, I haven't tried that one. I'll try that
Yeah,
one.
it's-
And then there's some of them that like aren't, you know, other brands that like aren't a Bud Light or something. They're
Like
only a
the
seltzer.
Mick Ultra has like the 0 calorie. It's like
Yeah,
all sorts.
there's an Aldi one. Amanda drinks some fancy ones now. I forget what they're called, but they got a
Do they
cool
not get?
looking can.
I get headaches if I drink. Like, or like.
I've never drank more than like 3 in a day.
The
I
issue
don't think.
is they just sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
They
also
taste
their
like
issue.
water. Like you ever drank them in the sun?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's horrible.
I guess I've drank a little. The most I ever drank was the time at Sam's probably, or maybe the time at my house when we all hung out in the pool. We were talking about that the other day when we were all hanging out in the pool, and my dad even went up the street and got us more White Claws
I
and
mean, it was
more
just
Bud Light.
Unnecessary. Did
And-
you even ask him, or was he just?
I
Like,
think
you know
we
what?
asked
I'm
him.
feeling
Yeah,
the vibe.
he's
He's like,
like,
already very drunk.
let's get these kids something more to drink,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, and I remember waking up in my sister's bed, and
Whoa,
my,
whoa.
yeah, my sister,
Yeah, let's just, we're
not
gonna-
with
and
my
that's the podcast this week.
and you're gonna have to pay the premium if you want the rest of the story. But yeah, so with Sarah Cooper in the bed with me, and I had a text from Sarah that said, don't worry, I cleaned up the puke on the carpet and hosed it off outside. And Mom and Dad know about the broken bookcase, but they don't know about the hole in the wall. And I was like, whoa, I don't remember any of that.
That's a lot of
that whole
knowledge to
summer.
take
That
in.
was 100% the drunkest.
Yeah. It was the
The drunkest
drunkest
I've ever
most of
been,
us.
maybe. I
Yeah,
mean,
like you blacked hard, I blacked, Sarah blacked, Mike blacked.
yeah.
Mike blacked out early, and it was
Early.
the first time
The
that
sun
Lauren
was still going.
Yeah, the sun was still. I had put on sunscreen, and I put that on usually first. You know, I was still in my shorts. But yeah, I remember you or Mike. We never quite found out who puked on the floor. Both of you guys were blacked and disappeared for a time. So
I mean, look, hand up, it could have been me, but you never want to, like, if there's another guy you can pin it on, you always pin it on
oh,
that guy.
absolutely,
Like,
yeah.
you're
And
gonna
Mike
go that
was,
route.
you know, here's the thing: Mike doesn't have an alibi because he
No.
was blacked out and he was
The
passed
entire
out
time.
for like 3 hours.
I mean, I
you
could
know,
be like,
so-
I had some spaces where I was there.
Yeah.
But
And then it was when we were having a bonfire with my parents, which they had just like done something with their like fire pit. So they were like, yeah, we need to just pick a new spot in the yard to be their fire pit. And I'm like, okay, well, we just won't have a fire tonight, you know? Because I'm thinking they're going to like put rocks in a circle or something.
Yeah.
And we just look over there later and my dad just had the fire in the middle of the grass. I'm like, guess that's a new spot. And so
then we
we're
started passing the bottle.
yeah,
oh,
we were around the bonfire with my parents, and yeah, then we started just passing a bottle of vodka around, and my parents were like, "We're gonna go inside."
Yeah, like,
They're like, something's about to go down, and you guys are getting hammered, so we're just gonna leave this. And I appreciate that because it got sloppy in there. And then the other day, I texted my dad, and I was like, "Hey, I just remembered I never fixed that hole in the wall." Because they were like painting downstairs, so they put a whole bunch of storage or stuff in like my old bedroom as like storage. So I threw open the door, and the ping pong table's on its side, and I bumped into that, which then fell. I probably did a bit more than a bump.
Yeah, it was probably.
I probably took it down, and then it fell into the bookcase, which fell into the wall, and so the bookcase broke. But that bookcase was trash anyways. He was literally telling me that day. He's like, "Hey, before you leave." We need to put that bookcase out by the dumpster to throw it away.
I remember him
And
talking
I was
shit
like,
on you too.
Yeah, I was like, Dad took care of the bookcase. Now it's in a bunch of pieces. Much easier to carry. But I told him, I'm like, hey, I never fixed that hole in the wall. He's like, oh, I took care of that. And then I went over there the other day, and he didn't. So I'm like, I'm not going to correct him. He's going to find that in like 3 years. They never go in there. It's my old
I think
room.
as a dad, he's like, no, I fixed that. Yeah,
Yeah, he's like, I wouldn't. There's not a hole in this
most
house.
things I haven't fixed, so yeah, I think
But it's on my, summer to-do list. Yeah. So he's going to get around to it, I'm sure.
You're going to go over there. He's going to give you a Bud Light. You're going to get too drunk and put like another hole in the wall. Like,
yeah.
Well, okay.
Maybe I just get him hammered. And then he's like, shit, did I do that?
You pin it on him. Yeah.
It's
the perfect crime. I think it'd be really funny if you got, I don't know how many views do you guys get? Like, I mean, it's,
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot. But if you went to your work and had your 2 weeks, like, yeah, I'm taking the podcast professional. Like, how many, do you make any money off that? It's like, no, actually, it's
but
a lot of expenses.
I haven't been putting in the hours.
Did you guys see this? When I went and showed the camera?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, good. Just
I don't shave my legs. I got plenty of hair on my legs.
But if you put your 2 weeks in and we're like, yeah I'm taking it full time.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't know. I didn't even know you had a podcast.
The only reason this hasn't popped off is because I'm not picturing it. I'm not imagining it. I'm not putting in the hours.
Full tropical.
So you got to throw yourself into the deep end and just, like what's that? You put on a dream board. You manifest it. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Shit. I had a thing. What were we talking about?
Poop.
Your dad.
We're always talking about pooping my dad.
It's your dad pooping?
I believe you were just saying
No,
that you don't think gay people should be allowed to vote.
Well, like, they can if they want to. I just prefer if they, don't get in my way when I'm trying to.
These are your words.
I'm trying to
get a little pushback.
I'm trying to get 4 more years, and they're slowing that down. That is a joke. This is a podcast for comedy's sake. It's all parody. Fuck me and I don't know, man. I can't think of but I had a good tid and a good bit as well. Put them together and you get a tidbit. Well, that's the podcast. There's your program, folks. We'll end it there.
I do have one thing.
Okay.
I want to bring so last week when we were hanging out, we were at Cannolis. It was a great time.
Yeah.
As always.
Yeah.
You were a lovely host here. But so we were at Cannolis, and this is something that I've started to run into more, is that, so there were some people there that I didn't know, and you introduced them to us. Lovely of you to do. And you're like, hey, this is Sam and this is Grupas. And I think I'm starting to get too old where when I get introduced by my last name, I was like, think we're getting to the age where I need to maybe be introduced.
I'm okay with that.
So you guys probably don't run into that problem, but I do,
Yeah.
and it's not like just you two. And I don't care if my friends call me Grupas.
Yeah.
The homies call me.
Once they
fine.
get to know
You
you,
guys-
then
that's fine.
They
But
see us calling you Grupas.
then they
but
can
for
start-
an introduction to say
Then
yeah,
that's all
balance,
you are.
Then
know?
that's all you
That's
are,
all
which
you
is
are.
fine. But you introduced me as Grupas. I was like, this. I don't know where to go from here.
Exactly. Plus, Alex is sounds a little bit mature. Like
Yeah.
if I'm a
He's
I'm a
wearing
lovely
glasses
single
now.
lady,
I do. These are
and I
real
see
now.
Alex with the glasses and the cute butt. I'm interested. I'm saying
You're
who's
like-
that guy?
you're like,
But I
that
say
guy's
Grupas,
Grupas?
and I'm like, why don't you go back to date raping at the frat? You're getting none of
Ukrainian
this.
Kickbox.
Yeah, I'm bummed I missed out on a cannolis weekend.
It was a good time.
It just kind of happened.
I know,
I
yeah,
haven't been
that's
there in a while, and I
the-
forgot about the mugs.
Oh.
Man, those. I mean, you feel like you're bringing around like a 5-gallon bucket of beer. It is
You feel
the
like
most
you're at
amount
like
of
an
beer.
old town meeting. You
Yeah.
know, we're like, who are we gonna string up?
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna go get the ogre.
And the best is the Blues had like a last second winner, and we got to like
Oh, that-
cheers
Oh,
with a mug that
great.
big.
That's
It's
awesome.
there's nothing.
That's
It's like
a
when you
real
go to the
treat.
bathroom. If you ever, if there's like a lot of people in there, and you like take it to the bathroom
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
It's like when you're
you
walking.
take it to the
If
bath?
you, yeah, sometimes you're not taking a beer to the
I
bathroom.
don't think I have.
I've taken a beer to the
If you
bathroom,
can hold
but
it in
not
there.
a full mug. I
in
don't
a,
think.
in a
Oh, yeah.
Not in because
Yeah.
I've taken a can and a bottle because it's a small opening. A mug,
like, worried
there's a
about,
lot
like-
of particles in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So like a fully open cup.
I get
you
what
know.
you're saying. If you're like really drunk, maybe you accidentally.
Yeah, you
but
do it not
I
thinking.
don't think I actually ever.
Well, I had a pretty funny
All right, well, run with
analogy.
it,
of
yeah.
When you're walking back from the bathroom,
Uh-huh.
doing what you shouldn't do, bring a mug in there. But if you do,
Yeah.
it's kind of like the Amish walking back with like a tub of water.
Yeah, you like went to the water.
That
went
was
to the
that
well.
took a long time to
That-
get there.
It,
It's
here's
like
the
you know,
thing.
there's people that have the jugs on their head that they walk. You know.
Yeah,
Most girls have jugs on their chest, I think.
that's
That's
true.
a great point.
But that
That's
didn't take that long.
fair
but
point.
Still,
You know
it's not
what?
worth the payoff.
Yeah, no, it really wasn't.
Oh well, what are you gonna do?
Sorry, some Amish guy actually paid me off to say that joke.
Yeah, he's trying to get some plugs. We didn't talk super well with the Amish, I think, last time.
No,
On
we
the
didn't.
podcast.
But there's something Amish.
But now they're sponsoring it, so now
Yeah,
we,
yes,
now we
got
have
some
to.
sponsors. Oh, so this we're talking about the podcast and how many viewers, and so this is a perfect. I couldn't think of the word. It's a publicity stunt.
Ah,
I feel like that was always a thing, like, you know, radio shows always doing like
Yep.
publicity stunts and things like that. And so that's what we should do. I know our references, radio shows, maybe we shouldn't be copying their format. It's a little outdated, but I think it'd be a ton of fun. And so how much money would you run a marathon or half marathon for? How much?
half marathon, I would run one for.
I mean, pretty cheap because I don't think that would be that hard. Full marathon.
A
that
full
is-
marathon would be
is-
something. A
Woo.
half marathon, I
Like,
could,
you could-
manage. We did the Tough
you could do
Mudder,
it in
which
half-
has breaks, but that
Yeah.
was 10 miles. And like,
Exactly. Yeah.
You guys don't realize how much I haven't done
Yeah,
anything.
For sure. No. Like
That's
that's
why
why
your
full
number's
marathon,
gonna be
I don't
higher,
think you
and
could
that's
run
fine.
a
Like
full
I'm talking.
Yeah.
For me, I'd say probably like $5,000.
$5,000.
Yeah.
I'd run a half marathon for probably 1,000,
I got a funny story.
if
about
not
half marathon.
500.
I because then you start picturing like what's worth it. Like I could buy like something pretty cool.
You go
for
get a
1,000.
PS5, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Something like pretty cool for it. It's like all I do is spend an afternoon run. Like I can.
Yeah.
But like a full marathon, the price is going to go up.
Oh, hell
And
yeah.
so,
Just because
uh,
I can't do it.
So here's what I'm thinking: so we need someone to run a marathon. If nobody's going to
That's your
volunteer,
publicity stunt. Is
No, I'm getting around to it.
Okay, I
It's,
was like,
it's
that's
about
not
building
even-
up to it, you know.
And you poop in the middle of the race.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah, I was like,
publicity
we're gonna
stunt.
shriek at the
And you
carnival.
poop
You're
out
like,
the
we're gonna-
letters.
And I was like, we're gonna go to the grocery store and shop for groceries.
We're
No,
gonna,
no, you-
yeah,
It's
You
a
poop
publicity.
out. You poop out the letters standing O on the finish line.
Okay, well,
that's gonna be tough. That's
Logistically,
gonna
I
be a
think,
lot
yeah,
of
that's-
poops, and there's gonna be you're gonna need like chopsticks or something to move the poops and rearrange them.
I feel like that's gonna deter.
Yeah,
I'm just the ideas,
viewers
guys.
more
You
than-
guys
Uh-huh.
make it happen.
I think it's deter.
We're gonna cut that.
We're gonna
out
go to
now.
commercial.
Okay, but continue.
So I don't know what most people's answer would be, but I bet you Joe Coughlin's answer would be pretty low. One,
25 yeah, I mean,
not a lot of money. Two, not a lot of self-confidence and pride. And three,
except for
he
his,
can
the one
ru-
thing he
he
does
can run
have
like a
pride
son
in
of a bitch.
is
yeah.
his running ability.
So already, like, let's say we all have, you know, the same amount of money and self-worth, and which we don't. I mean, his is way down. But he'd still say a lower number because it'd be easier for him. Now, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure he ran
yeah.
one in college, ran a half marathon, and it was either a half marathon or like a 10K or something.
Something
which
like that,
10K
yeah.
is half a half marathon,
Yeah, that's
essentially.
not much.
But either way, I was wondering because there's this whole thing. It was like a post that I saw on the interwebs, and it was like this woman ran a marathon at like 20. She was the first woman to ever run like the Boston Marathon or the LA Marathon, one of the big ones. And the picture is literally these guys pushing her like out of the get out of here, you woman! Quit running a marathon. Can you imagine running a marathon so tired your fucking toenails are falling off,
just
you're
can't-
cramping up, you're at mile 22, and you're like, a woman, let's get her! And so I was like, then I was wondering, I'm like, why would you even want to like run this established marathon? You can just run a marathon anywhere. You can just pick
Right.
something 13 miles away and run there and run
then
back.
you'd run half a marathon.
No, run there and run back.
Oh.
And then you
Wow.
said, I did a
Was it-
marathon, and they're like, which one? And you're like, up the street.
just-
Jack in the Box.
It's like at the end of the office.
I just locked my keys in my car. I had to.
Yeah, I had to get home. But anyway, so then I was thinking, you can just run a marathon anywhere. So, and then what is also the shortest circle of a marathon you think ever run? Could we do like a 10-foot radius circle?
Oh my lord.
And just pay Joe to do like 4,000 laps. And we just do it like here, like in the street.
Yeah, you,
Oh
put,
my.
you like put like a
like a hula hoop in
Yeah,
the street.
something
and
like
it's
track his
just-
distance.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we just we take turns, someone just like counting, and we have a whole event, and we have like a whole like day drinking day party. Joe runs
just
a
sit in lawn
marathon.
chairs.
We just sit in lawn chairs.
Yeah.
We drink. We throw shit at him if we want. Like,
Well,
it's an
obviously, yeah.
all day thing. We get people to come down and cheer on Joe. We
That's
get
an
people
awesome
to fund
idea.
him and throw in money, and we give the money to whatever charity or something. We're like, hey, fund Joe for the marathon, and then also come drink with us. And it's a charity event, so people can get behind. It's a funny thing because they're just watching this guy. It's fun for us because we're drinking during the whole thing. We don't have to do any work.
Yeah.
And then also a publicity stunt.
This is a fantastic.
That's a great idea, right?
This is a
That's a
fantastic
good
idea.
That's just a good idea.
Fucking A. I've been thinking of this for a while.
This is a fantastic idea.
That's what I was. And how funny would it be to watch Joe running like a 20 by 20?
Oh, yeah.
But like little rectangle, just like
How- I feel
down
like that
two houses over across the street, back down.
The thing
Maybe,
is,
I was thinking smaller than that, like the perimeter of my driveway. Just
Yeah,
run-
that would be. The one thing I would worry about is if it's too small. He's
The
kind of like
turning.
leaning
The
and
turning,
turning,
yeah.
and
I
I
was
feel
like, how
like
long
he'd
is
like
this gonna
need
take
like a knee surgery by the end of it.
or
you
does
know?
he like just like start just going the other way? whenever he gets
Alternate?
the
Yeah.
lean?
Do like a figure 8 type thing. So
Yeah.
then it's like alternating turns. That might be the play. But then we got to
Or
put
make
out
him
cones.
do like an entire like just a shuttle run. It just goes back and forth.
That would you would
miserable.
everything would be broken. There'd
Yeah.
be no tendons, anything. But yeah, I think we could just I don't know. I hope Joe could do it. If Joe won't do it, I don't know who's gonna run it because I'm not gonna do
Yeah.
it. I don't know. So I guess
I
we'll,
don't think
we'll ask
my
the
knees
viewers
could
if
take
you're
it.
willing to run the marathon for a little bit of money, then and we'll give you beer for the whole day. And like a good old fashioned publicity stunt, I figure we can have some like booths. Maybe we ask people if they want to like cater and stuff.
Yeah. Bring a dunk take.
Yeah. So in a a dunk tank would be the shit, but we fill it with like coleslaw.
Everyone just stops watching Joe. He's like, "Do I have to continue?" It's like, "Shut up, Joe. Just
keep
run."
running.
Yeah. He's not the show anymore.
I would sit in the dunk tank all day.
Yeah, that would be.
I would love to sit
Let's-
in the dunk tank.
We should bring back dunk takes.
I'm wearing a
I mean,
Santa
that's
Claus
just a good
costume
idea.
though. I'm wearing a Santa Claus costume in the
we're
dunk tank
dunking you,
all
yeah.
day.
And we do it in the winter.
Okay, can I tell my my marathon story?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I don't have pants. Like the only pants that I have, I just pooped. He was like, "Wait, you actually pooped your pants?" I was like, "Yeah." Lock up your children. We've got a lawnmower on the loose. Granny, Japanese women love the Harley Davidson. Okay, freshman year. I'm sure you guys remember. I was dating someone, and she wanted me to of college. She wanted me to run a half marathon, and she was at a different school than me, and I was like,
Sounds actually doesn't exist.
I
told everyone in high school I had a girlfriend at a different school, and she didn't exist.
agreed to it, and we get this like app where she can like track how many miles I run, like if my phone's with me. So like I'd be getting texts in the morning like, "Hey, why aren't you running?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm saved. Crazy day.
My phone's just screwed up.
Water
man.
main broke,
Yeah.
whole bunch of stuff." But eventually, I realized it was just like easier for me if I did it because like she was gonna come visit and like want to run, and
Yeah.
like we'd be like, "Oh, we're on 8 miles now." So like eventually, I just started doing it.
Yeah.
Got all the way to we were following like this plan. Got all the way to the point where we were running 10.5 miles a week before. She breaks her ankle.
In college,
real-
in college, that's like 50 miles because of how much you're probably drinking. And like,
I was playing.
Also-
hockey. I was playing hockey at the
Okay.
time.
That's
Yeah.
fair, yeah.
Also, you, a slight moral there. You said, eventually I found out that if I just do it, then it'll be easier. You found out working out. You're like, if I just do it, it'll be easier to do more. And I'm like, you had to figure that out.
Well, I got to learn the hard way.
Exactly.
The way that I do
Only
things.
you
It's
I
like,
always
I hacked the system. I'm
got-
just doing it.
I
It's like,
found out
that's
this
not the hack. That's
crazy
just
mind
doing it.
hack. I
Yeah.
reached it through deep meditation.
I
to do ayahuasca in the woods.
If it wasn't for that app, I probably never would have.
Yeah,
she
would have just
Oh,
lied.
hang on though.
Back to the story.
That was me rewinding.
Yeah, I got it.
She breaks her ankle a week before.
Oh.
Guess who drops out of the marathon? This guy. Immediately.
Yeah, obviously.
I was like, I'm not doing
Yeah.
this shit.
You've already done it.
I already ran 10.5 miles.
Yeah.
That's all at like an 8.5 minute pace. That's fantastic.
That's
phenomenal. Had an asthma attack pretty much after.
It's like
but
a
I was,
record, I think.
no, it
that
isn't.
might be
I
the
know
longest
it's
distance ever run.
Or, like, have you ever had like wanted to run a half marathon or anything?
No, because
Like,
also
I just don't get it.
So like
You get the beer,
Amanda,
it does get you in shape. I'm not. Those are.
yeah, that's all. Like the Tough Mudder was a ton of fun
Yeah.
because it's other things that you can't
that's-
do on
there's
your own.
other things.
But the marathon, you could just go outside and run.
Yeah.
And like the people Amanda was training with, Amanda when she ran the half marathon, I think she was saying that was the farthest she had run. Then, so like she was training and like hadn't trained for 13 and it was like,
Yeah.
but I'll be able to do it the day of because shit kicks in, and she did. But the other people were like doing like 15s and 16s, and I'm like, if I'm training and I like
I've already done it.
all of a sudden hit 14, I'd be like, well, I'm fucking dropping out of this.
Yeah. It's like, this is.
Why the fuck would I be paying to run this thing to do what I just did? And I do not get marathons at all.
No.
I did go out and buy like good running shoes. I did
Mm-hmm.
research. I was like following this plan.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ran a mile since. Probably.
Yeah, but not many. Maybe a total of 3 in the last 8 years.
Yeah, 'cause
I
you
mean,
don't-
in the last.
You do a lot of
7,
running around the
6,
house?
7.
Like,
What do I do
when,
running around the house?
when like the microwave dings, you just like scurry over there. Look, Joe Coughlin runs in the house a lot.
I
When,
don't
like,
run in the
his
house
shit's
much.
out of the toaster.
I run up every staircase.
Yeah.
I
Do you
run
get,
up
how do you
every-
like? How much does the average like NHL player? How many miles does he skate?
Ooh,
How quick do you think you could skate a marathon?
That's
ooh!
question.
I would skate a
Because you
marathon.
could do that probably pretty easy.
I would skate a marathon.
that would
I
be
know
fun.
a special guest.
Especially
We could,
against-
if we, I'm sure you call in some favors with your buddies down at the radio station. We get ice, plus ice rink people. We get the ice for the day. We just stand in the stands and cheer you on, and you skate a marathon.
You just get on the bench.
Yeah. Oh, that's even better. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll
Or
be fun. Or we just skate with you. And
I would
just
say I
skate
could
the
just
whole thing.
skate. That sounds so much easier than.
Yeah.
we
Oh,
could
we'll
all. We
practice
could
on
all.
some-
We could all. Oh gosh!
I don't know if I
skating
could skate a marathon. I'm like, because I haven't skated in
Yeah, but I
years
think
ago.
once you get in the groove of it, like he would obviously be way quicker. But like,
Yeah.
if a marathon takes 4 hours, it would probably take us on skates like 4 hours. which
I'm
sounds
worried.
miserable.
I think
I'm
I could
worried,
be
like-
faster than
No,
that.
you could definitely do it way faster.
Yeah, you could really fly out there. They used to call it the wind in
Well,
high
no,
school.
no.
I
My
remember
skates
that.
still touch the ice. Not flying.
Okay. But I feel like if you're not used to skating, like it'll like hurt your ankles and your shins and stuff. I feel like you're using things that you're not.
That's
Who
totally.
You
was
would
that
have
USA
to-
speed skater like
Follow Ono.
Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'd for
Maybe we
sure
get him.
I was thinking we just get bandanas to look like him.
I was saying just get the guy.
Yeah, and we just, hey, you want to skate a marathon for us?
You know what we do?
How much will you pay me? I don't know. We'll see how much people donate.
Yeah,
probably $20
nothing.
ish.
Yeah.
We get some kind of RC car.
Yeah, that could be fun.
This guy takes a marathon.
Oh yeah.
An RC car on skates.
I like how
I
every
love it.
publicity
Yeah.
stunt now is. It's like we can't branch out of the marathon. It's
It
just.
must
It's
be
all marathon themed.
26.2 miles long. Whatever the publicity stunt is.
Even if it's the world's
It's
largest
not like
penis.
streak at the car. It's like no, we're
Yeah.
gonna run a marathon.
Did you
That's
hear
our-
me?
No.
Said even if it's the world's largest penis.
Yeah. What kind of publicity stunt? We just bring in the guy.
26.2 miles.
We bring in the guy with the world's largest penis and make him run a marathon.
I don't know if I can do it.
So you're not going to ask me any question. Nice.
No, I meant,
Nice.
I meant his penis was 26.2 miles long.
Oh, I see. I think
Yeah.
it's funnier if we bring in people that have nothing to do with running. Like we get Bad Baby on the podcast and we're like, would you run a marathon for us? Yeah, if no one will run a marathon, then we tone it down to half marathon. And then we tone it down to eventually be like, will you do a 40-yard dash for us?
Yeah.
When we get drunk and watch it. We might ask you to do it a couple
If we
times.
have Joe do that, and
Uh-huh.
it's like hour 4, and we're like, we're gonna go to the bars. Like it's taking a bit long.
We leave them, but
Yeah.
we're setting up the camera. You better not cheat.
Yeah. It's like there's a Blues game start. Like, we're gonna be out.
Yeah. Because really, I bet you we just hook up we either do someone counts the laps, which could get messy.
We should get him one of those shock collars, so if he slows down.
That'd be wild. It's like Speed.
Yeah.
It's like the movie Speed.
Joe will be in for this. I can tell.
Oh yeah, he's gonna love it. So what's the collar for the marathon? So we can track your distance. It's just a new. It's a Fitbit for a dog. It's all we had.
We just kind of we get him going.
Yeah, Joe, we need you to pick up the pace. You're only doing about 7.5 mile pace. We're gonna start shocking you in the neck.
We'll be taking side bets on like how long it takes him to get shocked the first time.
Yeah. First time he drops below, then
16 seconds.
That'll be.
I love how we're just talking about Joe like it's just him. Like he's just the one who's gonna do it.
Yeah,
I'm sure he will.
We have one guy that knows how to run. You're gonna be kind of
that's the best part.
Shoehorned into a lot of our.
As
ideas.
much as we're shitting on him, he's the only one of us that could probably run a marathon right now, like without training. I bet you he could.
Well, he does train though. So.
Yeah, like as in like he wouldn't need time to train for it because he already runs daily. I'm sure.
Yeah.
And he trains a track team. Plus, I'm sure his little track students would get a kick out of that.
That's why he didn't have a car forever. He just liked to run.
Yeah, he originally got into running out of necessity. People were always trying to kick the shit out of him.
I don't know if it's my place to speak for the world, but I'm saying the pandemic is over.
Okay.
We've done it.
Okay.
If you're still alive, congratulations.
You made it.
You've made it. We've done it.
You made it past level 1.
And here we are at the end of the pandemic. It's officially. I don't know if that's my place to say.
I think it's anyone's.
It could be. Yeah. Someone has to be the first.
Someone has to be the first one to say the pandemic's over.
Yeah.
Yes. Because here's the thing is if somebody dies tomorrow from it, you're probably going to catch some heat.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And so I'll let you say it, and I'll probably say it next week.
Yeah.
I'll be one of the.
But isn't it? It's like whenever like you make some like crazy call about like some like this guy's gonna win the MVP in the NFL. Mm-hmm. It's like if you get it right. Yeah, I'm just trying to be the first.
Yeah, he was like, when did the pandemic end?
Yeah, it's
and
like,
it's like I think it was
I
April 14th.
It the day of.
Grupas said it. Yeah, Grupas said it was over, and everyone just kind of believed him. Well, thank you for listening. If you listen this far, this was episode 7 of the Stand and O podcast.
SOP Sev.
Take it easy, nerds.
User.